going, guys? We are here today with the Marowak only run. It's the last Pokemon we need to do a solo run with to complete this Pokedex. Very excited for this one because I've been on this playlist for about 3 years now, working my way through every single Gen 1 Pokemon, trying to do a solo run with every single one, see which ones can actually finish the game. And I'm quite excited about this one because I'm actually quite a Marowak fan. Our ride for today is going to be Nike Simmons. Thank you for subscribing, welcome to the channel. I know you've been here for a while, you've commented quite a lot, and I appreciate you being here. Okay, let's have a chat about Marowak. It is a defensive ground type with pretty pitiful speed. I mean, look at that, 110 defense, 45 speed, base stat total of 425. I don't know why, but I always remember this being a lot better than what it actually is. Like, 425 is actually pretty bad for a fully evolved Pokemon. But again, this is before the special splits, so special attack and special defense are combined into one with the 50 special. And we actually start off some decent moves. We start off with Bone Club. Yes, it's only got 85% accuracy, but it's a move unique to this Pokemon line. It's got 65% power, base power, and it's a ground type move, which means Rock is actually going to be kind of an easy trainer for us. What's also good about the Cubone Marowak line is they actually get a pretty decent spread of moves. I mean, a lot of them, like the likes of Water Gun and Bubble Beam, Ice Beam, Blizzard, Fire Blast, they all go off the 50 base special stat, which isn't the greatest, but it's always nice to have some variation in our moves. So, considering we actually do start off with a ground type move, it might be worth us trying to do this on minimum battles and get all the way to Brock, but I don't know, like, with that base stat total as well, I didn't realise it was that low before even going into this run. So it actually might be worth us going against some of the trainers in Viridian Forest just to get a bit more to work with, considering with the low special stat, we won't do well against the second gym. So we might as well get some levels up earlier on, just try and give ourselves the easier time to go through this. And yeah, we can crack on with this run. So let's head over to Brock's gym and see how we do. So Brock, of course, is the rock type trainer, but his Pokemon are rock ground type. That rock weakness, well, the rock type in itself is a weakness to ground, meaning we can have an easy ride getting through this fight. And we managed to do it before even reaching level 10. We reached level 10 by beating the Onix, and we pick up the move Bide. So very good start to the run, really. We've actually made up pretty good time, even though it wasn't a one-shot. We pick up Water Gun over in Mount Moon just as something else for us to use, because there's going to be a few flying types coming up that we actually can't hit, so we want to make sure we can actually hit them with something. Because even though we start off with Bone Club and Tail Whip, we don't get another attacking move until level, looks like level 41 actually. We don't learn Headbutt in Pokemon Red and Blue, you learn that in Pokemon Yellow. So to be honest, yeah. Let's progress on to Cerulean City. We have also picked up Mega Punch as well, which is a good attacking move for us to have. And it makes use of our 80 base attacking stat, which is decent. Even though we are quite a defensively orientated Pokemon, it doesn't really work all too well when your special stat is too low in this generation, and also your HP stat is quite low at 60. So it actually makes you a middle of the road Pokemon in terms of defense, just for the fact that, like, yeah, you may have great physical defense, but you're also, with the low HP, you're still taking quite a lot of hits, and you can't take as many hits as you could probably think. Purely, we've started off with the rival having Charmander, so that when we get to the final fight, we can't use the likes of Earthquake against it. But for now, it also means we can go against quite a lot of the optional trainers on Nugget Bridge and get some more levels up, because we definitely are going to need them going against Misty. I don't think we're actually going to be able to do this around about level 20. We might have to go above the level cap to make this possible. So we do go against quite a lot of optional trainers here, and the mandatory trainer right at the end, who has Odysseus and Pidgeys. Now this is the reason why we do need the likes of Mega Punch and Water Gun, just to deal with those sorts of Pokemon where we can't hit them with our ground type stab moves. We pick up the SS ticket from Bill, which I don't always show in every video, but seeing as how this is going to be the last one of the solo runs, yeah, we might as well show some of the optional things that you can do. I mean, well, you have to do anyway, but either way. Now we've completed Nugget Bridge, there are no trainers apart from this guy to beat. We're going to have to go against Misty very, very soon. And the reason why we've gone against this Rocket here is because he yields the Dig TM. And because it's 100 base power, 100% accuracy move, and we've got stab damage on that, yeah, we're definitely going to need Dig to make it through this run. And I definitely will be equipping this straight away. I'm going to have to remind myself not to get rid of this straight, like, as soon as we get Earthquake, because Dig has some utility to speed up runs. So once we've healed up, we can go against Misty. Now this is a tough fight because of our low special and our typing. They are just going to spam their water type moves, and Bubble Beam is pretty much a one shot even at level 24. So yeah, we're actually going to forego going against Misty for now and head down to Vermilion. This means we will lose some time, but we need to go and beat her after getting another move to work with, and that of course is going to be Body Slam. But as well, while we're going down to Vermilion, we can go off to the east here and we can go against some more optional trainers. This entire area to the east of Vermilion is completely optional. There is pretty much no reason to go there. And by the time we've beaten them all, we're at level 28, heading back into the fight. Because we've leveled up now, we can actually deal out decent damage against Starmie and tank a Bubble Beam. So 2 digs there gets us the win, but level 28 is a very high level to beat this part of the game with. On the SSM, we are going to go and pick up the Rest TM just because we aren't the bulkiest of Pokemon, even though we do have that high 110 defense stat. And Rest is just going to help us keep ourselves in the fight. We'll pick up Body Slam as well because, come on to the RetroBrown channel, you know I love the move Body Slam in Gen 1, and it's going to go straight on our moveset because we need to get rid of Mega Punch. Mega Punch is decent until you get Body Slam, but as soon as you pick up Body Slam, it's just a much better move in every regard. It's got 5 more power, it's 100% accurate. We can get rid of Water Gun for Bubble Beam as well, and that way we've got some type variation in our moveset. And which move can we get rid of? Well, I'm actually going to get rid of Bone Club for Rest. And that's a very key move to get rid of at this point in the game. With you having Dig on your moveset, it also means that you've still got that stab bonus to deal with big damage out with. And it does it out in much more damage in one hit. Body Slam is just a great move in general. Like, always pick this move up if you're doing a Gen 1 run. And your Pokemon can learn it. It's just so good of a move. We beat the rival on the SSM without any problem whatsoever, just because, well, we're over-leveled here. And we go into the next gym fight, which of course we're going to have the best advantage against, because this is the Electric-type gym, and we've got their only weakness to contend with. Lieutenant Surge is going to get demoted again, because this is going to be a full-on dig sweep. We take down the Voltorb, we take down the Pikachu, and the final Raichu that comes out, can it tank a dig? No, it can't. It goes down to 1 dig, and at level 30 we get the 3rd badge. That is still a ridiculously high level. That brings us over to Rock Tunnel, and Rock Tunnel poses its own problems as well. In the early parts of this cave, you've got a lot of Pokemon, like a lot of trainers that have Slowpokes, and they've got Grass-type Pokemon as well. The Exploding Hiker is not a problem when you've got Bubble Beam on your moveset, just sweep your way through him. But those trainers with the Slowpokes and the Grass Pokemon, yeah, they're a bit of a they're quite a handful really, because you don't outspeed all of them with that 45 speed stat. In fact, there's probably not many Pokemon that we actually do outspeed on this entire run. Executor's got worse speed, so yeah, fair enough, we do actually outspeed that one. But Gyarados we do not outspeed, and it has Hydro Pump in this Lavender Tower fight, even at level 22. So, for the first time in quite a while, I'm actually going to leave the rival fight in Lavender Tower and come back to it later. Just because that is such a hard fight. The Gyarados completely walled us, even though we're like 10 levels above it. So we're going to go straight down into the Rocket Corner in Celadon City and pick up some more moves. We'll pick up the Double Edge TM, just because we might need it at some point. And we're going to go against Giovanni for some more levels. Most of his team are very weak to Water-type moves, but again, that low speed stat is not helping us out here. A level 25 Onix still outspeeds a level 34 Marowak, and that's not good. But when you can actually get a Bubble Beam in, it's a one-shot. And of course the Kangaskhan doesn't have the greatest AI, so it actually uses Rage and locks itself in. We take a win against him first time, but still, level 35 and we're only at Celadon City. That's pretty high. I mean, the Cubone run was very similar. We had to be quite high level. And we're actually going to skip going against Erica right now as well, so we can go back to Lavender Tower and beat the rival. Level 35, is this going to be enough to beat the rival here? I don't actually know, but we can outspeed the Gyarados now at level 35. We can't outspeed the Kadabra even though we're 15 levels above it, but we had enough to work with there to make it possible, but that was still a difficult fight. So we're level 36 heading up Lavender Tower, and we find the deceased mother of our Cubone. Marowak here takes it down pretty comfortably because, well, this is Pokemon World. We pick up the Pokemon Flute, and we're going to head down to Fuchsia City instead of going to Erica still. Erica, yeah, we won't have much of a chance against her with her Victory Bell's Razor Leaf, so we might as well go against a gym where we've got a better matchup. In this gym, we actually do outspeed all of the Pokemon, and Dig is nearly a one-shot on everything. It's only the likes of the Muck and the Weezing that could actually tank a hit. And even if we do get poisoned, like what's happened here, we can use Rest to get rid of the status. And we've been hit by quite a few smokescreens as well, which is why we are fluffing a lot of hits. And at level 41 we can actually learn Thrash, which is the very first move that we can actually learn this physical attacking on this Pokemon. Just via level up, I mean. Koga goes down with not much of a problem whatsoever. It was just a little bit of a long fight because of the fact we had to use Rest. And now, only at this level do I feel like I'm comfortable to take on Erica. So let's go to her gym, let's give her a go, and see if we can actually beat her Victory Bell. This is one of the few gym fights in the game where the lead Pokemon is probably the best Pokemon on their team. Like, Vileplume is very slow, Victory Bell is quite fast, and it's got Razor Leaf. So, honestly, the Razor Leaf in Victory Bell is the most worrying Pokemon on her team. But at level 41, we get an easier win, and yes, I know what you're thinking. All you've done to prove this fight doable is level up way too much. And yeah, I'll take the hit on that one, but I just wanted to get that fight done and make it a little easier on myself. That brings us into Saffron City. Because we've got 5 badges, this is the only real place we can go unless we want to teach Surf into a Pokemon. And we are going to go to the Fighting Dojo once again and get some more levels up. The Fighting Karate Master here, he's got 2 Pokemon, the Hitmonlee, which can deal out big damage, and then the Hitmonchan. Worst thing the Hitmonchan can do is use Ice Punch and freezes, but it doesn't even get a chance, it goes for Fire Punch instead. So, after beating the Fighting Dojo, we're going to go straight into Silph Core, and we're going to give ourselves another go against the rival. But before that, I actually am going to go to the bed rest onto the left of the switch going to the rival, just so we can get a couple more levels up, and we did get paralysed, so we might as well get a couple more levels up here, go against here, and recover back up to full HP. There are a lot of optional fights in Silph Core. I mean, I've proved this on many attempts now that there are already 4 mandatory fights you would, at a minimum, you'd have to go against in Silph Core to complete it. That's the Rocket Grunt guarding the card key, the Rival 5, the Rocket guarding Giovanni, and then Giovanni himself. Let's see how we do against Nike Simmons here. I whiffed it completely and I went for Dig to start off with, which is just a... That's just me completely goofing out there. Like, I really shouldn't have gone for Dig to start off with. Wow, that Gyarados is doing tons of damage, and we were Leech Seeded. We're going to have to go and level up. So we head up to floor 10, we pick up the Rare Candy, the Carbos, and the Earthquake, and we head back down to take the rival on once again. The rival should be a bit easier, but Dig is starting to lose its usefulness here, and so is Bubble Beam as well. With only having 50 base special, there's not really too much use to have a Water type move on our moveset now, when Ground is just a much better type in, like physical attacking type in this generation. Especially for this Pokemon as well. Unless we get the likes of Ice Beam later on, there's not really too much to be used to Bubble Beam anymore. The Execute is actually one of the biggest threats on this team. If it Leech Seeds you, you've got less of a chance to really get through this run. That leads us to the final Charizard, and considering we got very good RNG there at level 49, we managed to beat the rival in Silph Core for the first time. We pick up our gift Lapras, and from there we head to Giovanni. Now Giovanni, when you've got Dig on your moveset, is a complete cakewalk. He's got Poison types, he's got Rock types. The Kangaskhan is his only normal type, which honestly I wish he'd kept to the last gym as well. It would have been nice to have seen that Kangaskhan in his gym as well instead of the first Rhyhorn. We beat him no problem whatsoever, and that leads us off to the next gym, which of course is going to be Sabrina. And yes, we aren't very fast, and we aren't very specially bulky, but our attack's decent, we've got very good powerful attacking moves. This might be easier than I thought. So we're already breaching on level 50 here, and there's no way we're going to outspeed a Kadabra or an Alakazam. We can outspeed the Mr. Mime and the Venomoth, but still, that Alakazam is going to be a problem. When we get hit by a Psychic here, we're pretty much done. Thankfully it went for Psywave, so we get a first time win against Sabrina. That's 6 badges in tow, and we can head off to yet another easy gym battle. We can fly over to Fuchsia City. We need to get the Strength TM while we're here, because I forgot to pick it up on the Safari Zone run around last time we were doing it. And we can head over to Cinnabar Island from going south at Pallet Town. Let's see how we do against Blaine. Now after you beat Blaine, there's actually no real use to using dig, because you can dig out of his gym, and that gives you, it saves you a few seconds if you're doing this for like speed purposes. But after this gym, there's literally no point to be using dig when Earthquake is a much more effective move. With dig being a 2-turn move, it's effectively 50 base power per turn, whereas Earthquake is 100 base power in 1 turn. So yeah, after you've dug out of here, literally no point to have dig on your moveset anymore when Earthquake is there. With 7 gym badges in total, we are going to head into Giovanni's gym and collect our 8th badge. So let's see how we do here. So Giovanni's going to start off with his rock ground type Rhyhorn. It goes down to a Bubble Beam. Yes, we're actually still using Bubble Beam this late on into the run, even though Ice Beam is available. I don't know why, I just kept Bubble Beam on this run. I'm going to use Dig on the Nidoqueen because it's weak to ground type moves being a poison type. And then we'll take down the Nidoqueen in the same fashion. We're at half HP going into the Rhydon, and 1 Bubble Beam from this range can one-shot it. Level 55 we actually can learn Rage, which is really weird. But yeah, we beat him, and that, you know, looking at the moveset for level up for Marowak, that's the last move that Marowak can actually learn by a level up alone. Which is crazy, like, why does this Pokemon need to learn Rage at level 55? It's crazy. That brings us to yet another rival fight against Nike Simmons here. We're going to go for Ice Beam now. We've actually taught it Ice Beam, and it's a one-shot on the first 2 Pokemon. Executes out next, and yet we still one-shot it. Can we get a freeze against the Gyarados? We can't, and 2 Hydro Pumps take us down. 8 levels above it, and it's still nearly one-shotting us. That is worrying. Well, I tried this a lot of times. They kept getting walled at the Gyarados. We either waited for good luck on the Ice Beams, but it never came, so we had to rely on Body Slams and the Paralysis, where we could finally take it down for the first time. Alexander throws up Reflect, and yeah, this is why I shouldn't be using Dig still. We use Body Slam on the Charizard, and it's going to be a free hit, and from here, Flamethrower actually takes us out. So the mistake that I made there is I should have used Rest. If I'd used Rest, I would have been able to tank the Flamethrower, maybe 2 of them, and wake up hopefully on the 3rd turn. But it shows that it's possible to get to this point of the fight and nearly win. We can beat out most of these Pokemon in the exact same fashion. We get to the Charizard this time at full HP, and he locks himself into Rage. Yeah, funny that he locked himself into Rage. Oh, I'm not going to look forward to when doing a Rage run. That is going to make me rage itself, but you know, it's on the list for challenge videos that I might do in the future. We'll soon find out whether it'll actually be viable. That brings us to the Pokemon League, and of course, like the Cubone run, we're really going to struggle with the League. And it only comes down to 1 train. Well, no, it's actually going to come down to 2 trainers. Lance and Lorelei are going to be nightmares in this League challenge. Let's see how we do. Now, thankfully, some of their Pokemon are weak to Earthquake. Not the Dugong, the Cloyster, or the Slowbro, or not even the Lapras actually, it's just the Jinx that really is. But, God, we take so much damage from special attacks. This is just unbelievably hard. And yes, you've seen the big jump in levels we did there. We started to use our rare candies now, and we went up to level 68 to even make this fight doable. And even then, it came with a lot of luck. We managed to Body Slam on the Lapras, put it into Rage, but still Hydro Pump will take us down. And it's going to take at least 2 Earthquakes to take out that Lapras and a Lucky Miss. I went out and used my last 2 rare candies here. I was hoping to use them later on when we got to the later half of the league, but no, we had to use every single rare candy we'd accumulated here just to try and take on Lorelei, and we're at level 70 to try and beat her. We don't even outspeed the Jinx at this level, and we're on 58 HP to take on the Lapras, and if we did not get the miss there, we would have lost. So, very hard fought fight to start off with, but Bruno thankfully is going to be extremely easy in comparison. We've got Blizzard instead of Ice Beam now to take on the majority of his rock types. We're going to use Blizzard as well on Body Slam to take down the other Pokemon he has. And this becomes, again, it's just an easy fight. It's Bruno, it's an easy fight. It is a very easy fight. Let's see how we do against Agatha. Now, considering we've got Blizzard and Earthquake, we've got every move we need to take this fight on incredibly easily. that is in case you don't get status effect. Confusion really does a number on me in this fight. We get put to sleep later on as well. Nightshade does consistent damage, so we had to rest up on the Arbok. And if we didn't have rest on this fight, we really would have not survived this at all. Thankfully, Earthquake is very powerful, a Pokemon very defensively weak, and we move on to the next big challenge. Yep, you've seen it. There's another Gyarados. And of course, this one knows Hydro Pump as well. I really was hoping for a freeze chance here, but Jesus Christ, we are 13 levels above this Gyarados, and Hydro Pump is still doing that much damage. Thankfully though, as soon as you can get past this Gyarados, it becomes incredibly easy. We used three Blizzards to take it down, and then comes in the Dragonair. Thankfully, because our defense stat is actually, for the first time in this run, really showing why it's a good stat to have for this fight. Because the majority of its Pokemon are physical attackers, and even when they use Dragon Range, it's 40 base power, we can still get through Lance quite comfortably once you've got past the Gyarados. But that was the first attempt we actually beat Lance anyway. Let's see how we do against Nike Simmons in the very final fight. This is very exciting. We take down Pidgeot with Blizzard, we take down the Alakazam with Body Slam, Rhydon goes down to Blizzard as well. We are sweeping through this fight. Executor, it's not a one-shot with Blizzard, but all it does is go for Barrage. Cheeky Full Restore comes out, and we have to start all over again. I'm trying to save my Blizzard PP, and we use Rest to get back up to full HP. Frankly, we don't take all too much damage by the time we walk back up, and we take it down with a final Body Slam. We needed that HP to then contend with the Gyarados, but no, that's not even a critical hit. That took us out in one shot. So yeah, we had to go out of the Pokemon League, and we had to go and train for a bit. We're at level 74 this time. We get to the League Champion. But my god, he gave me such a run for my money here. We need to have full HP going into that Gyarados, because if we get hit by a Hydro Pump, we just don't have enough to work with to even tank one hit. So yeah, from here, when you're at full HP, you can Blizzard the Rhydon, it goes down in one shot. Executor is going to go down to 2 Blizzards, unless you get a crit. I mean, we nearly took it out there, but we got some bad luck there, and this time, we're 40 HP! Yes! Okay, we can rest back up here, and then he goes into Fire Spin. That's not the worst thing in the world. But the only move that we've really got to take on this Charizard is going to be... it's going to be either Body Slam. Oh, yes, there we go. You might have seen what I was doing there. I was resting up until that Charizard put itself into Rage. That way we could attack in our own time, get the win. And finally, every single solo run in Gen 1 is completed. Marowak finished level 74 at 4 hours 6 minutes. And I'm so happy this is done. That's it. There are no other Pokemon to do a solo run with in this generation. I am done. I'm so happy. That just means we need to move on to Gen 2. There are definitely no more Pokemon to do a run with. Definitely no more. None at all. Oh. You're still here? I don't want to do a solo run with you. Really? Fine. Got to this point in the video, guys, so please smash that like and subscribe, and I will see you next time for a Ditto only run. Take care.